Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here to do a summer book haul. So I did a book haul, I think it was back in the spring, I think it was. But a few new books have come in since then, so I thought, why not? Let me let you have a look at them. So the first two books I have are from the same author, S.A. Cosby. Everything is about S.A. Cosby at the moment. This is thriller at its finest, is what I hear. So I have gotten in My Darkest Prayer, which is his first one, and I think Blacktop Wasteland is his second one. So yeah, I'm excited about these. My second is Swift River by S.C. Chambers. Now, this is one that kind of sparked my attention. Here's S.C. Chambers right here. Um, she worked on a television as a television executive and was a producer on the Oscar shortlisted documentary Descendant, which was released by the Obama's Higher Ground Production Company and Netflix in 2022. And this is her debut, and here she is right here. Okay, so I love this cover. This is the UK cover. So it says, Summer 1987 on the sweltering streets of the dying New England mill town of Swift River. 16-year-old Diamond Newberry is desperately lonely. It's been 7 years since her father disappeared, and while her mother is determined to move on, Diamond can't distance herself from his memory. When Diamond receives a letter from a relative she has never met, she unearths long-buried secrets of her family's past and discovers a legacy she never knew she was missing. The more she learns, however, the harder it becomes to reconcile her old life with the one she wants to lead. So begins an epic story spanning the 20th century that reveals a much larger picture of prejudice and love, of devotion and abandonment, and will change Diamond's life forever. So family story is really my bag. You know, I love that. So I have a lot of big hopes for this debut novel. Okay, next I have The Ballad of Jacques Delahaye by Briony Cameron. Let me see. So it says Briony Cameron is a queer disabled writer based in Cardiff. Her father was of Jamaican, Panamanian, and Cuban heritage, and her mother is of English and Welsh heritage. She studied English and creative writing at university, and she has a keen love of history that began with her first reading of The Three Musketeers as a child. She has been writing since she could pick up a pencil, first emulating the comic books her dad raised her on before moving on to novels. So she was shortlisted for the Lucy Cavendish Prize and longlisted for the Crime Writers Association's short story competition and the Penguin Right Now competition. So yeah, that's really cool. So here she is right here. There she is. And so this novel, I love this. This cover is just freaking brilliant. I wish they would have done something with the end page or so. All right. So this one says, 1656, I'm already in. Saint-Domingue. In the dark confines of a cell, a prisoner is waiting. Soon the hangman will call her name. Jacques Delahaye, a name which has struck fear into even the mightiest of empires. For Jacques is no ordinary prisoner. She is a pirate. Fierce, legendary, deadly. As the hangman prepares the noose, Jacques' story is told, charting her humble origins from the island of Hispaniola to the deck of a fearsome pirate ship. There, against all odds, she swiftly rises through the ranks, traveling across the Caribbean, facing duels across land and sea, and savoring tender moments stolen in the night. With the sun rising, can Jacques fight her way to freedom and find the woman she loves, or will she die a legend? Yeah, so this one sounds like it's going to be really good. Okay, now this one I've been waiting for, and it showed up, and I was so happy. is The Road to the Country by Chigozie Obioma. Okay, now everybody know who he is. Here he is right there, a Nigerian writer. All right. So it says, when a country is plunged into civil war, two brothers on either side of it are divided. They will try to find their way back to each other. One holds a secret which, hidden for many years, altered both of their lives, and he has a deep urge to confess. Kunle's search for his sibling becomes a journey of atonement, which sees him conscripted into the army to fight a war he hardly understands. Once there, he will forge friendships to last a lifetime and meet a woman who will change his world forever. But will he find his brother? The story of a young man seeking redemption of a nation on fire, Chigozie Obioma's novel is an odyssey of friendship, love, and unimaginable courage set during the Biafran War, intertwining myth and realism into a thrilling, inspired, and emotionally powerful novel. The Road to the Country is a masterpiece. So, yeah. Great. It's going to be good, that one. And then I have this one right here, The 100 Years' War on Palestine, A History of Settler Colonialism and Resistance, 1917 to 2017 by Rashid Khalidi. Let's see. Here he is right here, Rashid Khalidi. And he is the author of 7 books about the Middle East. Among them, the award-winning Palestinian Identity, Brokers of Deceit, and The Iron Cage. Okay, so this is one of the books that I've been wanting to get to eventually because it is really the one that I hear that explains the conflict between the Palestinians and the Israelis the most. It explains it in a way that's easy to understand, but not only that, it gives us all the back facts and things that, I remember studying this when I was in high school, but, I only remember certain things. So I hope this will fill in those gaps that I have concerning this particular topic. So, The 100 Years' War on Palestine. Okay, I also have this one right here called The Lion's Den by Iris Mwanza. This was sent to me by the author, I think it was, or the publishers. I think it was the publishers. This is a Zambian American writer. She's now a deputy director of women in leadership in the Gender Equality Division of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She has worked as a corporate lawyer in both Zambia and the U.S. Mwanza holds law degrees from Cornell University and the University of Zambia, and an MA and PhD in International Relations from Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies. It also says she has served on the supervisory board of CARE International and on the board of directors of World Wildlife Fund US. So here she is right here. Okay, so this one, what is it about? It says, her client is young Wilbess Bessie Malinga, who has been arrested for offenses against nature. Bessie works in a men-only bar, loves to dance, to wear dresses, and live freely. But in 1990s Zambia, following your own identity can get you beaten, jailed, or even worse. Grace is determined to get Bessie out of custody. Then her terrified, bruised client goes missing without a trace. She knows something bad has happened and that someone is trying to cover it up. Along with the most unlikely group of allies, Grace must take on powerful enemies at the highest levels, even risk her own safety to get to the truth, the whole truth. So this is a debut novel. It says, a debut novel that soars with passion and humanity, The Lion's Den is a moving story of prejudice, corruption, injustice, courage, and solidarity. It shows us that no cause is ever a lost one. So I don't know what this is going to be like, but I'm going to give it a go and see. And the next one was sent to me by the publishers, and the author is The Seventh Town of Ghost by Faith Ockrifel. And it's a poetry collection. So yeah, poetry collections, you just never know. You gotta, you gotta get into them and see what they're like. I don't know. I don't know this author. And I'm assuming this is a debut collection. I'm not totally positive. But it says, Hauntings from the Canopy of the Seventh Town of Ghost. These titular towns, centered in yesterday's tomorrows and are ongoing, lead to a special kind of singing, songs to the reader who wrestles with existence. Here, discernment is ever present, guided by Faith Archifel's insights on not only the ravages of the state and the police upon the Black family and life as large, but also on a kaleidoscope of connections: sisterhood, daughterhood, kinship, solitude, death, romance, and how tenderness, chosen and repeated, can shield against life's blows. These towns also enchant, shape-lifting through humor and irony, and Archifel's guides us through the fault lines and the undertow in the form of Fruit Island volcanoes, Formula One, and the expansive hum of life. This poet, as sojourner, bears careful, caring witness, her attention reserved not only for her living and her dead, but hyphenated twofold by the fragile things and the lasting things. These poems remind us of what contours our mysterious and fleeting presence on earth. So this one's got a lot of high hopes for us. So I don't know. We're gonna see. But I'm excited. It's a nice size collection. And here she is right here. Faith Ockrifel. There she is right there. And it says she worked her work has appeared in Guts Magazine, Peach Magazine, Prism International, Hobart Pulp, and Cantheus Magazine, among other places. In 2022, she was a semifinalist in the 92 New York's Discovery Poetry Contest. She received an honorable mention at the 2020 National Magazine Awards, and in 2019 was shortlisted for the CBC Poetry Prize. Faith was born in Toronto, where she still resides. So it's a Canadian poet. So I'm excited about this one. Really excited about this one. Last but not least, I have this one right here, An Illuminated Life, Belle de Costa Green's Journey from Prejudice to Privilege by Heidi Ardizione. So this one right here, I felt like I really needed to get on this one and read it, because I've been interested in Belle de Costa Green since I read The Personal Librarian. And so this is a nonfiction of her life. And I love the cover. Beautiful. And look at the back. Oh my gosh. So this one, Heidi Ardizione, teaches American Studies at the University of Notre Dame and is co-author of Love on Trial, An American Scandal in Black and White. She lives in Niles, Michigan. And so here she is right here. Okay. And it says, what would you give up to achieve your dream? Could you hide your secrets in the light of celebrity and notoriety? When J.P. Morgan hires Belle de Costa Green in 1905 to organize his rare book and manuscript collection, she had only her personality and a few years of experience to recommend her. Soon she was Morgan's confidant, responsible for shaping his world-renowned collection of rare books and art. Famous in her time for her self-made expertise, her acerbic wit, her her endless energy, and her flirtatious relationships. Green was an enigmatic even to those who knew her well. She gained access to a world that would have been denied her had her true story been known. Touring Europe for work and pleasure, and most important, becoming the director of the Morgan Library for 25 years, a rare position for a woman. She lived in a world of activity, as comfortable with bohemian writers and activists in Greenwich Village as she was dining at the tables of high society. By the end of her life, however, rumors of her Black ancestry had caught up with her. Belle DaCosta Green was born Belle Marion Greener, raised in a family of color who had long been a part of Washington, D.C.'s Black 400. Belle changed her name as an adult and lived as white more or less, defying the simple categories of black and white. She loved to joke about having Black ancestry, drawing attention to the rumors that began to swirl around her even as her career and public recognition developed. The contradictions of her life only accent her achievements. Secretive yet constantly in the public eye, Green is pure fascination, the buyer of illuminated manuscripts who attracted others to her like moths to a flame. Yeah, this is quite the chunker. Let's see. It's coming in at, how many pages is this, really? It's coming in at 484 pages, which isn't too bad. This is the only part of notes. And there are some really cool pictures in the middle as well. So this one is definitely, if I could read this before the end of the year, I would, but I think I might have to start the year with something like this. So those are all of the books that I've received this summer. Comment below and let me know what you think. The only one that I haven't put here is Let Me Liberate You, which I talked about in my July wrap up. I received that as well this summer, so you can add that to the list, but I've already read it. So that's it. I don't think I have any other new books coming in anytime soon. I think maybe just one. I'm expecting 54 Miles from Leonard Pitts Jr., which is a sequel to The Last Thing You Surrender. So if you didn't know that, you know now. Go out and get it. Outspoken. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you real soon with another video. Bye.